Hey everyone, thank you for joining me for the video, and today we are back in Eden Crafters. So today I'm having a bit of a play around with train stations, and one thing I have noticed on the train stations when taking a look, when I've actually built it and actually gotten around to looking around it, there's a single input track and a single output conveyor track, which means this is single resource. So I've created a track, gone and thrown one all the way around there into my main area on my ice island, so that I can create the parts needed for the faster conveyor belt. And how I've done that is I've ended up using the cargo shuttle, which I must admit, I think I've left it over here, have I? What did I do with it? What did I do with my cargo shuttle? Did I bring it with me? I thought I brought it with me over here. Hang on. Let me find it. I thought I'd left it over on this side. I may not have done. But yeah, it looks really cool. Looks better than the other ship, if I'm honest. And yeah, fortunately it doesn't show up on the panel, which is a bit annoying. So the other one, when you look on the map, you can see it. It's where is the little beastie? It's over here, and it gets a ship icon next to it. Or it did anyway. Well, I lost the ship icons. I appear to have lost my ship icons. Marvellous. Oh well. I think it's probably over here somewhere, I think. Oh, there it is there. You can just see it. The blue ship icon there. There we go. Let me quickly go and grab it in a moment. But first of all, yeah, so what I wanted to do was have a look at this and see what it's like. I've also as well been playing about with the tunneler over here as well. I've put a tunnel through the mountain up there, just where you can see the cursor, where that belt's going to. I also did another one and dug a tunnel literally all the way through the mountain and through the entire terrain and out the other side. So yeah, had a bit of fun and games with that. Get my trees are growing nicely over here. I did throw a an area fertilizer around here, and I do like the trees that we're getting over on this. So they're like fir trees and things like that. So very Christmassy vibe to this island. You know. But anyway, yeah, enough of that. I was looking at trains. So trains are gonna need tracks. Now, how does this work? I would like double tracks, but I can see that that train station only has single track, and I can't see anything like points. So we're gonna need, realistically, bit of, because at the moment all I really want to do is move phosphorus around. That's literally all I'm going to be using the trains for at this point in time. So if I pop you there, I imagine I want to have Georgia. I'm going to extend it out a bit just in case. I might get some, I don't know how many freight cars I'm going to be having, how long the trains are and everything. So let's come out to that far for now. Let's chuck a buffer stop on the end. And you go on there, so that should force the train to change direction. Cool. So I need to get my train track going the other way. So I'm going to run this all the way along. How close do I want to make it? Can I make it above the coastline? Does that float above the coast? Is that just hanging in the air? Right, let's try building one of the supports. Build a support here. Pop you there. Let's build a train track to it so you can see how the supports work. There we go. Cool. Alright. Now, I have a potential idea on something. This may or may not work. I don't know, but I'm going to grab the out of the tunneling machine. I want to grab one of the nuclear power cells that it's got. I was wondering how to get between the islands with what I currently have. Now, I know the steamroller is meant to be able to flatten ground out, and I saw it when it was doing it. It was creating some bits of track, so I wonder, oh, not bits of track, bits of ground. I wonder what happens if I put that anywhere near where I'm building this out. So let me quickly build one of those, not the bulldozer, used to raise or lower the ground level. Ooh. So that was smoothing. Okay, so I wonder what the bulldozer... I need the wheels. Oh, damn you. Let me go and just demolish the tunneler. I'll get my wheels back. And I can go and try and build my bulldozer. Oh, my inventory's full. Don't need that, don't need that. Need my wheels. Don't need the osmium drill. But I do want... Don't need those, but I do need the wheels. Right. Let's go back with the bulldozer and let's see if I can extend out a bit of ground to cover underneath the old track here. So let's pop one of them down. Doesn't look like any bulldozer I've ever seen, but hey, whatever works. Right, so that is to fill. Whoa! Holy moly. Okay, so that... Technically, if I bring the scale down, a bit. Alright. Ooh, you really are making a mess, aren't you? That's not as clean as I would have liked it. Yeah, that's very... yeah. What I was hoping for... Oh, no, we've got a pillar there. Let's not do that again. Oops. There we go. There goes a headlight. So what I was hoping is that I would be able to bring up a certain amount of the ground and use that to try and get along here. If I get up some speed and do it, I might just be alright. Okay, so that kind of is working, what I was thinking. So if I go... So here's what I'm thinking. If I go off-road... Nope. Come on, let me out, let me out, let me out. Crapola quickly. Let me eat some of that. Oh, I can drive underwater. Okay, I like that. So I was wondering whether or not I can build up a land area between islands. But that doesn't seem to work as I would like. A little bit too slow. Alright, let's... That doesn't work. Get out the damn vehicle. Alright, let's get rid of you. Thank you. Let's get rid of that and that and that. Pick you two back up. If I put a steamroller, flatten or smooth the ground. How do you work in regards to areas? I mean, let's just put one in for now. Right, if I take you out that way. Oh, that does exactly what I want. Oh, yeah. So if I come around this way, how am I doing towards the end? I've still got a fair way to go. If I look to drive my way around the edge of this island. Tell you what, let's go. Whoa. A little bit. Can I increase the scale a bit? We create enough land in front of me that I can drive at a good lick. Oh, that looks perfect. That's just what I want. But I can create my own custom railway track. So, if I can run that around the outside of the island. Whoa. Nearly falling. Yeah, it's a bit bumpy, but hell, why not? Right, cool. Okay, so there we go. So we've created our little spit of land there. So we know that works now. We've got a bit of water in there. Cool, got a little fishing spot. Alright. I'm gonna... Oh, what I'll do is I'll pause the video while I drive around the outside here. And we'll see about getting to the end of it, and we'll try and build our land between the two islands. See how that works, shall we? But let me pause the video now, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Alright, well, we're at the edge of this part of the map here. And we're going to be heading straight over towards this island. So, I've put myself a little bit of promontory of rock and land that we're going to try and build from. So, I found if you just keep the forward button down all the way, you end up going right to the very edge. So I found you just have to just kind of gently move it forward, not quite going full bore but not crawling along either. So I sort of press the button for half a second and do that every 3/4 of a second or so, and you're moving forward at alright speed, but at least you're not falling off the end into the open water. Now I did think, you know, maybe I just go and throw some conveyor belts in and run the conveyor belts round everywhere, but I wasn't sure how well that would work, and I thought, well, look, we've unlocked the trains, we may as well go and use the damn things. So, trying to think if there was any other way I can make, because otherwise trying to get the train line across here is going to be an absolute pig. I know with the conveyors, if you got to about 150, it would then complain. I didn't know if the trains would be the same. I didn't fancy trying to hover with a jetpack and try and line up a train line at the same time. Whether that would work. Also worried about different height as well. Am I too high for this island? Because what I'm thinking is this island's got its own set of resources that might be quite useful, like for example, this island. Oh, sugar! Oh, you see, I wasn't concentrating. What the smeg? I'm driving upside down at the bottom of the ocean. How far off am I? Oh, I've got ages to go yet. Oh, there we go. Now I've come the right way up. Good. Come on. Oh! Oh. What have you done? What the heck happened there? Oh, they've respawned me. Oh well, that was interesting. Right, let's build me some more wheels. There you are, there's the dangers of it when you take your eye off the ball. Build myself another nuclear fuel cell. Right, there we go. It gives me an opportunity for me to show off our cargo shuttle. Did I do it deliberately? No. Was it fortuitous timing? Yes. Right, here we go. So here's our cargo shuttle, which to me looks a lot nicer than the other shuttle, if I'm on spaceship, if I'm honest. But the inventory, now the inventory is where we got to look at here. Look at the amount of inventory space you got in there. That's blithering bloomin' lovely. So what I've done is I've put in one of our tier 3 assembly machines over here, the advanced assembler, and I have coming in, we've got the gold alloy, which will be in the alloy forge, which I was bringing over using that cargo shuttle, the phosphorus into this V1 container, and then I've now using that train station, I've run all this conveyor all the way from the train station over to here, just so that I can have phosphorus coming into here. And even though that looks like it's going backwards, it is actually going the right way, and that is then going up into there, which is creating, oh now you see it's changed direction, into the advanced assembler that's creating our advanced panels, and they're going up into our warehouse. So if I use number 5, you can see we've got 638 advanced panels, which is fine, but I've only got a finite amount of them because of the lack of phosphorus on this island. So the whole point of this job was to get the trains moving the phosphorus over to here. So let me go back over to my cargo shuttle and let me bring that over to here. That should let me go and fly over. I do like it. That one to me looks a better vessel than the other one, if I'm honest. Sorry devs, but I think you got the cargo shuttle right and the other one, eh. When you put the two side by side, come on. See which one looks better. Right, let me go find where that little spit of land is. And then we can go and get onto that. And continue our journey from island to island. Should be over this way. See if I can make it to the other island without falling off the end. Well, that was very funny having the driving the car forward with the on the steamroller. Okay, good. Oh, here we go. Whoa! Blimey. Alright, Maverick, calm it down. Come on. Okay, this is not... I'll flip it. I'm going to park it over here. Trying to do tight turns and this thing is not going to happen. Right, let's drop you down there. You can land. Kind of. Semi-ish. Right. You're going to get onto that bit of land. And you can see it's going all the way to the bottom as well. Nice. Oh, sugar. There we go. Right, cool. So if we go back to floor number 0, pop you down there. Okay. Won't be able to create any more of these. So I'm going to have to do this one right. Okay, good. Let's use you. Scale was pretty much what we expected. That's cool. Let's just build this out a little wider. Go full speed till we're getting near the end and I'll slow it down. Okay, right, let's see if we can finish off our bridge over literally troubled waters, as it's all still noxious gas and nastiness in there. Okay. Making good progress. It's amazing that this is doing a far better job than the bulldozer did. I'm quite where it's finding all this ground from. I have no... Oh, sugar. Nearly fell off the end then. I kept my finger on the button for too long. I mean, as a proof of concept, that works really bloody nicely. I'm going to move this round a little bit though, because I think I'm too tall or too high up for the edge of that island, so... When the water's a bit cooler, I might look at using the tunnelling machine. Maybe cut a couple of holes through it. Especially if it allows me to drive it underwater as well, which it seems to allow me to do. That might be quite nice to at least have a couple of areas where we know we've got water travelling between either side of this spit of land. Cool. We officially touched. Yep, we've officially made it to the other island. There we go. So you see, we've got our track all the way across here. So I'm going to continue that on all the way around here till we get to this island. So we can tie up with the train track over this side. So I'm just really glad that worked. I thought that looked really cool. Right, so you want to kind of aim for about there. Then what I can do is I can always then, if I find something on this island I want to pick up, I can then always redirect the train line nearer to the island. There we go. Right, well, I'm going to pause this while I carry on, and we'll go from there. Alright, well, we've nearly got our tracks all the way back. Oh, that's taken far, far longer than I would like to admit. But finally, nearly there, to the point I've actually run out of steel in my warehouse. Which is kind of worrying, considering there was like over 700 bits of steel in there. So I have literally run all the way, using the steamroller to create a bit of land, go all the way along the ocean, all the way around, all the way up to the train station here. Added a bit of land and a bit of train track and a buffer behind it to force it to turn around, and then run track all the way back round. This has been quite a mission of time, and I do have the train that's following me right about there. Oh good, and that little interlude's given enough time for some more steel alloy to go into my warehouse so I can finish my tracks off. Oh, hello. Oh, we've got it going to there. And I'll get out of the way before the train comes and hits me. Having the train chase me along while I was putting tracks in was quite painful. It did hit me a number of times. There we go, there's our train in. And you should go along, hit the buffer, and go back the other way. There it goes. Oh, it's actually spun the train around. That's impressive. So select freight car. Oh, receiving from freight car 1. There we go. Cool. So hopefully, in a couple of minutes, that will... So what I've done over the other side is I've added a buffer in front of the train station. So I've got a buffer, then I've got the train station is pulling in all the info, all the phosphorus, sorry, that's going into the top line up here, and then we're going to have the output will be being received down this side, hopefully coming out of the belt and going up the other side. So we'll see where we're at. As you can see, our train is making its way along. It's a lot faster than the conveyor belt, so... But as you can see by just how quickly it moved away and how much time it's taking to get there, that's going to be a few minutes before that'll be back. So, I hate to pause it again, but it's probably easier if I pause it for you just until the train is on its return journey. Otherwise I'll just be sitting here waffling away with no direct answer. Actually, what I can do is, while I'm doing that as well, is I'll go and move the spaceship so that the next bit we can do is a lot quicker. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so we're running into a technical difficulty here. As you can see, our train has derailed. It looks like when I was laying some tracks, the physics engine decided to throw the track way off the spit of land that I had created. So I've got a little bit of repair work to do. Let's see, can I get this down onto here? Here. No, don't do that. Can you land safely? Nearly. Let me turn it around a bit. Get it over a bit. There we go. Right, let's see if I can get the train back up and running without necessarily having to rebuild that track at the moment, just so we can get this whole blooming thing off the back on the tracks as it should be. Yeah, you're not going to like me doing that. Okay, I'm glad that locomotive is empty, I must say. Let me... Oh, and I've lost my freight train. Okay. Alright. We're going to have to do some rebuilding quickly. I have to rebuild my train and its freight car. Oh well. These things happen. Always good to go back and double check your work. That's why that freight car didn't have anything in it. I hadn't actually loaded it up with any resources because I wanted just to do a dry run. So if anything did go horribly, horribly wrong, it wouldn't be anything that is going to cost me any resources. I mean, again, at the end of the day, I'm in an unlimited resource pile, so it wouldn't have mattered too much. But to me, the principle of the thing. So, sometimes going and doing huge, great lengths of track work. Other times, the physics engine just decides to just completely jump the shark and send it off in all manner of places. Let me get that on there. Get you all the way over there. Is the train going to jump on it? Oh. Something. Ooh. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Oh, it did keep the freight train. Can I use the locomotive? Can I burst it back up and get off? W. Start the train. Oh, let me get out of the way. Right, train's on its way. Let me quickly eat some food. Get back to the cargo ship and we'll follow our train tracks back, and you'll see there are a few places along the way where it's just thrown the track completely off the guided path, because I was trying to do it in large increments just to make life easier for me. From a design perspective, that's gone horribly wrong, like down there and just here, so I will have to go, I do want to go back and put them right. There you go. It's thrown it off there. Thrown a couple of weird angles here. Get that down a bit through the fog so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so there have been a couple of places where it's gone a bit skew-ish. So just bear that in mind if you are putting anything like this down over a long distance. Just be careful. Just go back and check your work. It's a bit of a shame in some regards. Hang on, Arctic, I've got the radiation on. I need the warming modules in before I freeze. My Nadger's off. There we go. Oh, there we go. Look, another big chunk that it's thrown completely off the ground there. Look at that. Alright, well, it's fine. I know for next time I can go back and fix that. And there's a little bit more it's thrown off just there. And a bit more it's throwing off the edge there and there. Yeah, so physics is a bit fun. I mean, no game's going to ever get its physics engine 100% correct when you're trying to freeform something. But, I mean, you know, it's done a lot of it okay. And it's functional. You know, I know with this game it does allow you to run, you've seen me do pipes and conveyors just flying and hanging in the middle of the air with no support. I just figured with a train it would just be a little bit more realistic to have the ground underneath it for support. But it's a lot of work, I'll give you that. A lot of work to get that in the right place. With using the steamroller to flatten out ground to create that spit of land. I mean, maybe if I was doing it with like the rover or something, yes, I could possibly create myself a nice wide road between an island and the mainland. But for the railway, and the other option is, how the heck do you go and run a load of railway completely off the rails, you know, off of the ground onto the ocean? How do you do that other than in very small increments? And that'll be hours of just slowly inching forward. Anyway, right, let me quickly throw a warehouse in because I've got a diamond nodule there, and I want to use that for creating some diamond drill bits so that I can upgrade and start going around and upgrading all of my drills to tier 4. Thanks, put a crane in my face, well, don't you? Thank you very much. Hopefully by then we'll be around the area when the train comes back in, and the train should then be full of resources. And we can see how it all works. Right, so let's get a conveyor belt out the back of this bad boy. I've only used the osmium alloy conveyors for these at the moment, just because A, I hadn't had enough phosphorus for creating the rest of them, and B, I wanted just to see how it would look. So let's quickly grab a splitter. Let's put that over this side here. Now I can get my gem cutter in place. Okay, there. Can throw in our number 5 now. One of those. And let's go back to about here. Raise that up. So it's above the other conveyor. Not a big fan of conveyor spaghetti where it keeps cutting through. I know I've got it in a couple of places already, and I do want to look at fixing that, but you've got no power, have you? But you have no power. Right, geothermal. $800 megawatts in this cold area, but it'll do. Throw one of you in next to there at that point. That'll do nicely. Good. How's our train getting along? It's on its way back. There we go. So I mean, as it stands, as a round trip goes, it's not bad. Another large amethyst. Might find a use for that at some point. Let's get a gem cutter in front of that, and we can cut our diamonds down into diamond drill bits. Right, let's get you going into there. Takes 5 diamond ore. No, that one. Come out of there. I'm gonna send you up. What are you? Large rock deposit. Okay, I'll cut through you. Don't care about you. Let's go into number 4. Actually, let's go into number 1. So then that gives me room for the diamond ore on its own. And I can go, and while that's doing that, I can quickly throw you in on my input side and diamond drill bits. I can put you on my output side. Gets those out my inventory. Tidies my inventory up a bit. Right, how are we getting on with our train? It's getting along. Another few minutes. Let's grab the diamond out of... I might as well take it. I should have really put that in number 2. Because then I can take this out and run this underneath. I'll do that. I want to make sure I keep that basalt node clear as well. Don't know if I'm going to need it for anything, so I've pretty much done everything I need at the moment, but it's worth keeping an ore vein clear just in case I may need something at some point in the future. You should be good. You're not crossing over. Good. I don't want to cross that stream. No, come on, this way. Thank you. Get that up there, and diamond ore into number 2. Perfect. Yeah, I've got the fast rotor recipe up because when I finish this I want to go and look at automating getting those in, because it's one of the items I've had to keep in my inventory for a while. I haven't decided to do, and there we go. Now we have a maximum stack size of 90, and I will probably throw another train line in to get phosphorus over to my main island, so that I can have that with the advanced filters and create my catalytic converters. Anyway, where's my train? Still coming down. It'll be another couple of minutes. Anything else I can do in this area? I just want to watch it and see how it works, and how long the train takes in the station as well, because that's going to be another consideration, is how long does this take for the train to unload, and I'm imagining it's probably comparable time at the other side to load up. And is there any funky animation for it as well? Because I would hope there would be some kind of animation to show it unloading, or whether it will just appear and disappear. So there we go. So we've got a couple of different ways you can do it, either with the supports, or you can do the long-winded process that makes you really rethink your life choices, of going along with a steamroller and creating a pathway all the way across the ocean into the next island. So honestly, it's up to you, whichever one you just decide works best for you. If you've got the patience, this way does work really, really well, because it at least looks physically right that it's got some kind of support underneath it. Or if you prefer to have them just floating magically in the air, this is future-based technology, why not? So actually, while we're there, how are we doing on our planet analyzer? So rad's cleared. So that's that area there is pretty much cleared out now. So we need to add another rad cleaner over here, and one down here. Probably start with this one down here, because it seems like it's irradiating my cargo as it goes by. And climate regulated, so we've got 100% Earth-like atmosphere. You'll notice my O2 isn't going down. So I think I'm in a position now on the planet where I've got unlimited oxygen, which is great. I do have some oxygen capsules, but if I don't need them, I won't necessarily need to carry them. Come on. Okay, we've got another couple of minutes till that arrives. But yeah, so that's looking good. And again, I'm gonna, for the water filtration, that's gonna have to be that boat going around the outside. And it seems like it's only highlighting the bits around the coastline, so I don't know if it needs this main body of water in here and in there and out around here. So I'm not sure if it is just the coastline, because that's 38%. So we've still got all around this big island, this island around here, and this one around here to get cleaned up. So maybe that's all I need, is just those bits of the area, because that's what's highlighted on this map. And yeah, in regards to the fertilization of the area, I mean, fertilized regions, does that mean that I need the trees as well, or is that just the little whatever they were called, the ground fertilizers. Does it only need that? Because that technically is fertilizing the ground. Is that enough to get it over the line for the terraforming? Don't know. Personally, I like the look of all the trees growing and the grass and everything, so the area fertilizer, to me, would seem to be the better choice. But maybe that's worth us doing, is we find an area, throw down one of the ground fertilizers, see what difference that makes to the percentage, then throw down an area fertilizer. I would imagine the area fertilizer is a whole lot more, and here comes our train. I imagine, yeah, the area fertilizer will be a whole lot more, but yeah, it's worth something to bear in mind. Okay, so you should have, the first train car should be full of, that was pretty quick, but it didn't drop anything off. What have I done wrong? So it's receiving from freight car number 1. So I'm guessing it's train station 2, the freight car, and it's... Have I mucked something up at the other end? I wonder if I screwed something up at the other end. Let's see if I can quickly beat that train round now. I wonder if I've set both of them on the other end to... let's quickly see about doing that as the crow flies. Over there, go. Over there, right, go. Beat the train, beat the train. Let me see what I've done wrong. I don't mind showing where I've screwed up. I always find it a learning experience. If you screw something up, you learn from it. Going over the rad zone. Okay. Doesn't matter. I'll put the cooling modules in though, because I'm going to be going over a hot area in a minute. Hopefully if I go high enough, I don't get affected by the rads. Come on, beat the train, beat the train. How am I getting along? Okay. I'm there, the train's there. Yeah, I've got plenty of time. Planes, trains and automobiles. Cool. It looks like I haven't been affected by the radiation. That's good. So I may use a different phosphorus node for the catalytic converters, just because I don't want to overdo the node that's here. Right then. Go and have a look. Did I screw up how I've set this station up? Train station. Oh, I didn't select car. There we go. I hadn't set that to freight car 1. So that shouldn't be receiving from freight car 1, it should be sending to freight car 1. Yep, my mistake, I had screwed it up. Well, you are, at the moment, no longer needed. Your services are no longer required. Thank you very much. Need to charge that battery, the hydraulic piston can go, and the iron plates can go. Right, there we are. Perfecto. Hopefully... Okay, Our train's a long way out, so we'll leave that there then, I think. I'll go and automate it, but at least we've got the idea, we've got how it should be going, how the train should be working. We've got a phosphorus going in, it's buffered up nicely, so there we go. 810 items in the warehouses now. So total, so each stack is 90. So if I put one more tier 3 warehouse down, that will take the stack size up to 100 for each item, which will be absolutely wonderful. And it's going to be overkill for certain components. You don't need 1,000 of one particular ore. I mean, I've got iron ore going into one of the warehouses purely because for one component you need iron ore, which is the workbench. That's the only reason I have iron ore going into the warehouse, just because I don't want to suddenly try and throw a warehouse down, or not warehouse. For the workbench, I have the iron ore in a workbench. That's it. Things right way around. So, next item we're going to look at is going to be a DNA replicator in the next way. Replicates DNA samples to introduce new species to the planet. Must be placed inside a living compartment. So I think that is going to be a way, hopefully we can make different funky trees and maybe some plants to plant. Those would be quite cool. Because what I've been thinking about doing is, I've said about the various trees we have around. One of the things I've been thinking is, if I cut down a lot of the trees that are there, that I don't think noticeably changes the fertilization, but where we put those tier 1 living centres, putting a load of trees around them, I think that'll just help aesthetically make the game look a little nicer for the people that we're going to be moving in. So I've got a bunch of trees back at the main base. I might just grab them out and throw them into the ground around where those buildings are. I mean, I can probably just as easily just go and throw in some of the ground fertilizers and get the same effect, but I don't know. I just thought that might look quite nice. Do a bit more of proper landscaping around those new places. Because at the moment they're just opening out onto what's basically just almost scrubland, really. But yeah, I'll give that a go. Anyway, that will be the next video. And so thank you very much indeed for joining me. Any thoughts, drop them in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. It does help the channel grow. And I will catch you in the next video. You all take care now. Alright, bye bye.